Yo,
Yo, yo, yo, yo.
theme song play. We a little discombobulated today, y'all.
Yeah, we trying to scramble right now. It's a scramble drill.
So it's live. That's why I stopped the song. Say New York.
Yes, sir. Upstate New York.
So shit, we
Yes,
good.
sir.
What's good, bro?
What up? What up? What up, man? Big Cat. 716. 716 Man Podcast.
Yeah,
Shout out to Johnny. Johnny,
salute.
Johnny had to do some shit. So we're gonna hold it down for him for this week. You know what I mean? Big up to Johnny with the tour coming up too. Salute to that.
Definitely big salute to that. Big salute to the Thousand Mile and Running. I don't want to fuck the name of Thousand Mile and Running Tour.
That's why I just call it the tour. Because I always get it mixed up too. Yeah, I think you're right though. Yep.
Yeah, so we gonna
Yeah.
be. This episode might not be like the other ones. You know what I'm saying? It's you don't see the banners. We just hear. It's just like the like an uncut behind the scenes version of the podcast, but we still lit. We still here. So if you follow the page, you'll still see it. Um, I mean, we could probably get right to it with the sports talk because I know we ain't gonna be on here too. This might be like a an hour or less episode. So we like just like the drive through window episode. But
That's right.
yeah, like we got to talk about it, man. Like ain't no way around it. If we're gonna talk anything about sports, and if I want to try to, I could try to go around this shit because Benny just dropped the album today, and I
Yep.
was, I was, I was, I was enthusiastic to get on here today just to tell Johnny, like, damn, I was rapping some bars in my head. I was listening to the song with Benny got a
Snoop.
joint with Jada Kiss on there, and
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
you heard the album?
I heard a few cuts though. I heard the Griselda Express. Heard the joint with Snoop on the hook.
Yeah, I ain't get that far.
Heard one more.
Yeah, the joint called Pillow Talking Slender with Benny Jadakiss and I think it's a Babyface, the other dude name. Trying to make sure I get everybody's name right. I don't know if
Yeah,
it is.
I saw that. I saw a lot of good comments about that song you talking about though online. I ain't hear that though.
Yeah, that joint was raw. Um, so yeah, I was listening to that joint and I don't know. I started rapping bars and I had bars going, and I ain't did that in a minute. Like as the song was dying down, going off, I'm rewinding the verses back and shit. I think I might have rewind Benny verse back. I rewind Jadakiss verse back probably 1 or 2 times. Even shout to the other dude too. I think it's Babyface. I don't know if it's more to his name than just Babyface because I can't pull it up on my phone right now. But I was listening to that shit. I'm like, yo, this shit, they got one with that joint. They was going in. I just like the concept of that song, and I was just happy I was able to start writing again in my head. That's where it always started with the thoughts. So I'm like, oh, hold on, I might have one more. I might have like Rocky when he be getting fucked up in a fight. Like I might have one more round in me, like,
right,
and it might not be over yet. So,
no, it ain't over.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find a way. I'm just using that as an excuse. That was just a plight by Cap 716 to go around the topic that we know. The elephant is right there in the room. You can't fucking miss it. And I'm trying to not talk about that shit first, but we got to, bro. What we think about, man? We about to be in the championship round of the playoffs. This about to be what, 2 years in a row, or is it 3 years in a row that the Bills not in it? We not in the championship round. We got eliminated in the divisional.
Yeah, 3 years in a row. 21, 22, 23. Up out of there. I mean, obviously, as you see, I still got my Bill shit on, you know what I mean? Like, still got my Bills hat. I ran into somebody in like a store or something earlier, and they was like, "Are you still wearing your Bills gear?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm wearing my Bills." Matter of fact, it was at the barber shop. Yeah, my barber was like, "Are you still rocking your Bills shit?" I'm like, "Yeah, damn right." Because it's still an honor to be a Bills fan, man. Like, I gotta keep. I'm keeping it in perspective because I'm not depressed no more. Now I'm just still upset, but I'm out that depression stage 2-3 days ago. Man, we got a good team, man. We got a franchise quarterback. Like, there's a lot of teams in the league that don't got that. So we always got a chance. So that's kind of where my hope is at. We're gonna break through at some point. Like, before Josh Allen is done, he gonna get a ring for us.
Yeah,
So,
well, I don't want to skip steps though. We ain't gonna get into what's about to happen with us next. We got to recap. No pun intended. We got to recap what the fuck happened though. Like, what I want to know what you. But I have a lot to say about this shit though. So I want to know what you feel like how the game went. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what happened? Why we not in the championship round?
Yeah, the best way I can put it is our front four let us down like big time. Like, that was the healthiest group on defense. Everybody was there. It was like no excuses. Like, and they really got no pressure on Mahomes with like 2 bad tackles. Both of their tackles is questionable. Once again, we did what we did against the Bengals last year when they had the bullshit doodle offensive line coming in, stumbling and humbling and mumbling, and we couldn't get them to start fumbling. You know what I mean? We was the ones fumbling. Like, we fucked the bag up. It was the defensive line. Like, that was the biggest miscue and the biggest disappointment out of every group, offense, defense, special teams. The front four let us down big time. So there's no way around that. Like, on offense, I thought Josh Allen played like an MVP. He was composed the whole game. Like, he had a couple joints he probably wish he could have took, had another shot at, but he played his ass off, man. Like, so I don't put it on him. I don't put it on really nobody on offense. I put it on that front four. That was the mismatch, and they came up like I don't know what the hell was going on. Oliver, where was you at? Where was you at, Daquan Jones, Greg Rousseau? Like, come on, man. Like, this shit got to stop, man. We got to get somebody that's a dog on that line. I know Von Miller was supposed to be that, but he old. You know what I mean? Even when we got him, he was old. Like, we got these young dudes we keep drafting, AJ Epinesa, all these dudes. Like, what the fuck? Like, come on. Like, it's game time. Like, so that's like my take on really why we lost. To me, was no pressure was being applied to Patrick Mahomes, knowing that we had a depleted linebacker crew. You know what I mean? And our secondary in general. Like, come on, you got to get pressure on them. That's what the Giants did to Brady. They did it. You can do it with a front four. You got to be ready to step up, man. No excuses.
All right. I'm trying to make sure you was finished before I get my take on it. Like, because from hearing what you just said, I would agree with you, but then I can't all the way because I feel like that would mean we watched two different games. Because I didn't just see the defense let us down. I saw a game where we was down 3 points, and I'm gonna just start in the fourth quarter. Then I might work backwards until everything else that happened. Saw a game where we was down 3 points going into the on that last drive where it was like 8 minutes left. I recall a 65-yard pass on that first play after the fumble. See, I'm going backwards. After the fumble on the goal line, where Poyer made a good play, you know what I'm saying, to force the fumble. After a dumbass fake punt play to, out of all players, DeMar Hamlin, who I don't like even when he on the field, to be honest. I'd be just happy that he healthy. So I'll be happy if he just on the sidelines, not on the field. So I'm watching this stupid ass play. Luckily, we got bailed out because that could have put us down by 2 scores. I see we got a couple people on the check-in too, so salute. Yeah, this one is a little more. This the dysfunctional version of the show right now because we don't got the banners and all the other shit, but we still talking that shit. But we got to talk about the Bills and what happened. So I see your take where you saying defense didn't step up, and I agree with that. Definitely, Ed Oliver, Leonard Floyd been missing for like a month. Von Miller getting paid all that money, he ain't doing shit. All of that is true. But at the end of the game, down 3 points, we driving down. That's one of those John Elway, Dan Marino, Jim Kelly, Joe Montana, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning. You could keep naming the names of the people that you got to find a way to get it done. You got to find a way to get the lead. And we ain't do that. And then if we was trying to do some clock management shit, which is what it seemed like we was doing, because we was playing so scared and not letting them get the ball, well, then you can't. You really should have threw the pass to Shakir in the end zone. You probably should have caught Diggs on that underneath route, whether he got the first down or not. He probably would have been 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, left all type of options open. After that, not missing that pass. And this is another thing I don't want to skip this point. The reason he missed that pass, somebody got blocked into Josh Allen. You know who that was? The same person that went out in the press conferences talking about how Mahomes should be worried about coming to play in Buffalo. I don't know why you would give the best quarterback in our era right now bulletin board material, but that's what the fuck he thought was smart to do, Deion Dawkins. So he went out there and started talking shit to. They don't need bulletin board material. They already got 2 chips. They've been in 6 straight AFC Championship games. They don't need no extra motivation. But you thought it would be a bright idea to troll the best quarterback that's in the league right now, according to his accolades. 2 chips, MVP, whatever, you know what I'm saying, you want to name it, he keep getting it done, whether he lose this week or not. So I don't look at it from just the angle you're looking at with just the defense. I see defense fell apart, horrible decision on that punt. Diggs, who had his arms up like this last year in the Cincinnati game, now you're doing this when you drop the pass. Sheffield, who dropped 2 passes that could have been big plays. I just seen a team that looked at more nervous, and they looked like they kept their composure. They kept their poker face. It's like they played us like, you know what? This is a 12-round fight, and I don't believe y'all can fight for 12 rounds. Yeah, y'all might do good in 8 rounds, 9 rounds, 10 rounds, but once it get down to 11 and 12, we got a feeling that y'all gonna fold in some way, shape, or form, and we just gonna wait for y'all to do it. Because it was almost like no matter what happened, unless we scored that touchdown, which shouldn't have went to Shakir that early, but if he would have scored it, you still can't say we would have won because it's only a 4-point lead. It would have been 31-27. Who's to say they're not going to drive right back down and score again? Who's to say Mahomes wouldn't have got him a touchdown, let alone we kicking a field goal? So now we could get on the kicker because we talked about that, the 3 of us in our own group chat about the kicker or whatever. Even if he make the kick, it was like over 1:30 left. They had all their timeouts. You mean to tell me if he scored on us in 13 seconds and got a field goal, and the way we couldn't stop them, like you just described the defense, they wasn't about to drive down and at least get a field goal, they probably was going to fuck around and get a touchdown. If we got that field goal, they probably would have been up 34-27. So I look at a lot of shit that's wrong, and we get into what we got to fix, but that's my take on it. That is, you could point the finger at a number of different things for why we lost that game, including Josh Allen, including Diggs, including Sheffield, including Deion Dawkins, including Baz. including McDermott, including the whole defense. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot for that contributed to that loss.
Yeah, no, definitely that's a fact. You basically just like took it like a level deeper than I did. Like we both basically went to a building and we got into the elevator and I just went I went down one floor. You was like, you know what? I thought you was getting off with me. You was like, no, I'm going further down. Like you took your shovel and you dug deeper. Like, no, that's a fact. I agree with that. What you said, like, we still had the ball last. Like, no matter what the defense didn't do up to that point, at the 2-minute warning, it's 2nd down and 9. We on like a 26. Like, we supposedly got an MVP. We supposedly got somebody that's comparable to Patrick Mahomes. Like, so yeah, Josh Allen ass can't get off the hook. And the way I know I presented my first soliloquy was like just focusing on the defense. And I am still focusing on the defense, but at the end of the day, your argument went a little further than that, which is true. I don't know what the hell Josh Allen was thinking. I mean, I get why he threw it to Shakir, but in retrospect, I wish he would have took the underneath the Diggs. And usually always look for Diggs too. It's funny, like, and then he pretty good in the pocket. I'm surprised he didn't step up because he threw it so prematurely. If he was going to go to Shakir, he had time to step up from that getting bumped, and then still could have hit him. So it's back to your point, like about you can't just put it on one like side of the ball. Like you did it too, Josh. Like, you know what I mean? Like however that pass didn't get there to Shakir is your fault. Yeah, Deion Dawkins, you should have held up too because your ass was running your mouth. But you still, Josh, Patrick Mahomes, like we got a little bit of pressure on him here and there. He always evaded it. You got to evade that in that moment. You got to figure out whatever you got to figure out. But at the end of the day, I think we need a couple more playmakers to get over the hump against this team because, like, they almost like the new version of Brady and Belichick, except you got like the offensive genius though. That make them like kind of more difficult because Mahomes is clearly the best quarterback in the league. Then you got probably clearly the best offensive play caller in the league. And a real good overall coach. So it's like that's the slate that you either got to have way more talent on the field when you're playing them, or you got to have a coach that's close to him. And that's where I think we better, if we ain't gonna get rid of McDermott, we better start getting some better players because he can't outcoach Reed. We're not winning that. We're never gonna win that battle. So it's like that's where I'm at with that. Like because we're gonna keep seeing them. They're not going nowhere. We're not going nowhere. So you got to figure out a way to beat another fighter. Can't keep throwing the same 1-2. They blocking that. You got to figure out a way to counter that, and then counter the counter. So now Jim Harbaugh coming into the AFC. You think the Chargers ain't gonna be a problem real fast? Come on, man. We got to get it together.
No, that's a fact. Everything you just said, like it's. That's why I said everything I've been saying about the whole McDermott. I know, if Johnny was on here, we got different takes on if the Bills needed to keep McDermott or not. I just feel like I think he's taking us as far as he could take us. I feel like you could even get better players and it's gonna still be games that he might get out coached, or you know what I'm saying, like it's gonna be tough to the AFC it's a gauntlet over there. And it's just getting worse with Jim Harbaugh going to the Chargers, with what Lamar Jackson and them is doing, Mahomes and them and Reed ain't going nowhere. We don't know how the Jets gonna look when Aaron Rodgers come back. Houston about to get better because now they got a real quarterback. We don't know how Cleveland about to look. We don't know how Denver gonna look next year. The Raiders like they might play good with Antonio Pierce. Joe Burrow will probably be healthy again next season. It's like, and then I looked at our schedule that they've been showing. The 4 teams that's left right now, we play all of them next year.
Yep.
We play all of them next year, and Houston, and like
the whole South, the whole AFC South.
I ain't even count Miami because I feel like Miami, we kind of got their number, but they still gonna be a team that's gonna be fighting for a playoff spot. So I just feel like. I ain't gonna lie, I'm starting to lose hope that we gonna be able to win the Super Bowl. I'm starting to lose hope that we even gonna be able to get to one. because if I'm looking at it realistically, if we was in the NFC, I won't be worried at all. I feel like every year we'd be just like Mahomes. We'd be in the NFC Championship game, but that's why it's more respect to what he's doing because the AFC is tough, and he still keep getting to the championship game. Even it's almost like they trolling us because which he did do some trolling on the field and on Twitter or X or whatever, but it's like they trolling us too with how they doing it. Like, yeah, we'll get rid of Tyreek Hill. So what? Y'all still can't fuck with us. Not just the Bills, but nobody really.
Right.
And they compared it to what like Patrick Ewing and them with the Knicks. Like it was years that they probably was good enough to win a championship, and they kept running into Jordan, and they just kept getting stopped. And it was like he was just fucking up some people runs. Like, I mean, the Pistons did it to Jordan too early in his career. So I wonder if you think that like do it feel like it's gonna be impossible for us to even get to the Super Bowl? Like I think we're gonna always be in the hunt for the playoffs. Like we always gonna either make it or win a division or win a home game. But to get to the Super Bowl, we ain't even getting to the AFC Championship game now. We regressing.
Yeah, no, I definitely think we the way I was just speaking wasn't really I wasn't coming from a perspective of hopelessness. I was just like breaking it down on some realistic shit. Like all the stuff that you had prior, you've been saying prior, definitely you about Coach McDermott. I was just like kind of like trying to like bring that all into like one realistic like vision. Like he's not going nowhere, so we got him at least for next season for sure. Andy Reid, he ain't retired. Like unless he retired, we're gonna have to probably see him unless somebody knocked him out for us. But I can't count on that because they in a 6th straight AFC Championship game, so they don't lose. Only way they can get knocked off probably is if they lose their division. They got to play that one extra game. But even still, shit, they did that this year. They played that one extra game. There was a wild card team, so yeah, I definitely think we can still get there though because unlike NBA, with the Jordan comparison, Mahomes is kind of like the Jordan for quarterbacks. But in the NFL, what he's doing is already unprecedented. It's like crazy. Straight out the gate, 6 straight AFC Championship appearances. That's crazy. So yeah, okay, that's you get that. You still in this type of sport, somebody can knock you out before you even get to the point where you got to fight your like nemesis that always got your number. That's gonna end up happening for the Bills. Is can you beat the other team though still? And I think we can. I definitely think we can. I think McDermott good enough to get us to a point where if we get the right talent to replace these players that's about to go, he's a really good defensive-minded coach. We got to get the right offensive coordinator in here. If it ain't going to be Joe Brady, whoever that's going to be, you don't have to nurture Allen. You don't have to do much with that. Allen is great. Like, he that dude. All you got to do is just, like, kind of, like, keep him in the right mind state with recklessness and fearlessness. Like keep that balance. Like you want to be fearless, but you don't want to be reckless. Once we get those variables in place, we could beat anybody. I gotta say, not name the Chiefs as long as we got McDermott. So now what I'm saying is we gotta hope we don't really see them unless we way better than them. Like we gotta be way better than them. We was fucked up on defense this game. If we wasn't, we probably would have beat them. We lost by 3. We got Milano on the field. We got a lot of Tre'Davious White. We beaten them this game. We'd have beat them. Well, we didn't. And that's football. So that's the thing. So that's where you worry about McDermott because shit happens. You get hurt. What are you going? He can't outcoach too much. He fucking can't really outcoach nobody. Like he ain't really gonna outcoach you. Like overall, his defense might fuck you up, but that's only like those is like regular season games where you get a certain quarterback. When you get to the playoffs, these are our premier quarterbacks. I ain't never really seen him do that yet. He never really did that. So I'm trying to say we're gonna have to do this without him. Exceed that. Exceed the coaching deficiency. So to get to where we got to go, and I think that can happen because it happened in the league before.
So
that's my long answer.
But that's my problem then, though. If we know that he's not gonna be the out coach nobody, and we just say, all right, but we're gonna still stick with this person. How do that make sense, though? I feel like if it's so competitive, and you know that the Chiefs got a Hall of Fame coach. Pittsburgh probably got a Hall of Fame coach. More than likely, Mike Tomlin gonna make it to the Hall of Fame, or I mean, he's still a respectable coach that won a championship. Now, Chargers got Jim Harbaugh, who went to 3 straight NFC championships when he was coaching over there. Sean Payton won a chip. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just starting to not make sense to me that we not sure his relationship with Diggs or Josh Allen. So I don't know, man. Like I feel like I can't even just say we would have won if we had them dudes because shit, we had them when we lost with the 13 seconds. Like we keep finding new ways to lose. We always make the game look close because we got the talent on the field where it really shouldn't be a blowout because we are that good. But at the same time, it's more than just the X's and O's to the game. It's the mindset. It's a mentality. Like, you know, when I think about what they wanted Allen and Mahomes to be, like a Brady versus Manning, then I think about the teams. It's like we still not matching up because we don't get no wins. You remember this in the NFC? What would you say was a similar matchup in the NFC to what they want the Bills and the Chiefs to be? What would be the 2 teams you would think of that had a rivalry where it was like it's going to be us or it's going to be them that's going to be going to the bowl? Who was that?
Hi, Dallas and San Fran.
Exactly. The reason it was like that was because each team had everything they needed. Good coaching, good quarterback, maybe a running game, good defense. Like you just never knew what was going. One game, one of them might blow the other team out. Next year, the other one come back, they beat them by 3 or beat them by 10. Like, but it was a dog fight every time, and you didn't know who's going for victorious. Right now, it's like, yeah, it'd be a good game. Mahomes don't respect us. That's what I hate about all of this the most. You can see him smiling on the field as he running off. You can see him tweeting. He doing extra shit to me that's you can't I want to say it's corny or it's this, that, and the third, but excuse me, what good do that do? Because it's like he earned the right to do it. But he being an asshole about it too, in a way that I don't even remember even Brady doing that after the game. Maybe within the 60 minutes of the game, Brady might do some shit that offend you or like, damn, this motherfucker. But this dude doing it, like, I'm thinking about his brother, like all the people around him that people were saying in social media that's so annoying. And now he's becoming that too. It's like he's a nuisance. Everybody outside of Kansas City, I think, want to see them lose on Sunday.
Right.
Like they becoming like the nemesis, and it's like we got to do something about them, but we don't got the mental state to do it. That's what I'm worrying about. Is I think we starting to believe that we can't get it done, and that's why the pressure bust pipes in them big games. Joe Burrow, Mahomes is the same shit.
Right. Yeah, but I agree with all of that. I'm trying to say like the only recourse I have is as being a Bills fan and still being realistic about it is that you don't always got to face that same team that got your number. Like it's really remarkable that they haven't really got knocked out before like they get to these AFC championship games because they don't knock us out every season, but they knocking everybody else out and they've been down 10 points on several occasions so because his playoff numbers are so good as far as Mahomes, like with comebacks, they face adversity, they figure a way out of it. That's still the probability of that keep happening is not great. Like Brady's numbers in the Super Bowls are so great because he don't usually be down really by a lot. The reason that comeback against the Falcons was so crazy because we never seen him really do that. They always usually be right there. So Mahomes been almost a little lucky too with the comebacks and all that shit. Even in that first Super Bowl he won, they down by 10 points to the Niners going into the fourth. They ended up winning by like 11.
Yeah, like, but we ain't talking about fire. I think we talking 2 different things. Now you talking about the luck of him winning the Super Bowl. I'm trying, and then you saying if we might not have to face them. I don't want us to have to take the sucker way out where it's like, yeah, let's hope somebody else could beat them because we can't really do it. Like I feel like that's the problem. I think now that they done beat us 3 in a row, it's now is you lose a little bit of confidence that we could beat this team. It got to be, you know what I mean, especially with the players that's on the team now. The core players that we got that been here for this whole run: Poyer, Hyde, Allen, Dawkins, Diggs. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of these McDermott. It's a lot of these people that been in that locker room that 3 out of 4 years they the ones who stopped us. And I don't want to worry about somebody else beating them. I want to know that we could do it, like that we got everything in place that we preparing for them. Because when I brought up the Dallas and San Fran comparison, it's because every year that they competed and prepared for each other. They know they might see another team in the play. Yeah, I might have to see the Giants. I might see Green Bay. I might see whoever was good during that time. But we really prepare in case we run into y'all. It's like we ready for y'all if we see y'all. And that's why Coach Prime went from San Fran, won it with them. Then he said, all right, fuck it, I'm going to take my talents to Texas. Then he went to Dallas, started checking Jerry Rice, and then won a chip with them. So they was just doing whatever they could do to get some type of an advantage over each other. I'm looking at this shit like, what's next for us? I don't even want to think about where Gabe Davis could end up because they team still need receivers. So it's like, it's so much shit to what's going on. I don't know. If I'm being realistic, like if I'm speaking with my heart, I'm going to say, yeah, we're going to beat them. Or we're going to still get to the Super Bowl. If I'm speaking with my mind at this point, I believe it when I see it. Now, I feel like them other people that's saying that about us, like the other analysts, that's like, no, I'm losing my trust for them because we keep letting our team down, our fan base down, themselves down, the city down. We finding different ways to lose, man.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, that's it, what I think about is like football really is a game of inches. Like it's a game of like such a close like like margin. Like whether that be play calling, whether that be damn this dude just got injured like last play of the game, so we can't have him for this next game where the matchup would have been great. And so when I say that last part, I'm thinking about 2021. That's when we get knocked out with the greatest offensive playoff performance we ever seen. Who wasn't there? Tre'Davious White. You think he can't have made a little millimeter of a difference to not let Tyreek Hill go bomb on all of those? He might call it. Maybe he was gonna get tackled. That's that one point. Second point. Next season we get Von Miller. Who the difference in that game against the Chiefs, the same Chiefs, where he threw the pick at the end, where Tyron Johnson caught it. Who's pressuring him? Von Miller. Who get hurt on Thanksgiving? My whole point is not saying we're gonna get to the bowl those years, but these two pivotal players that we lost got hurt, and those is key players to stop what they do. And I think particularly because we already had Tre'Davious White on the team, but as far as the Von Miller acquisition, that was the team like really like looking at what the hell we didn't get last year to stop them. No pressure. That's why it was a shootout. Imagine we had Von Miller in 21. Maybe we would have won that game without even Tre'Davious White. So we had Von Miller 1 year late, and then he got hurt. You know what I mean? So it's just it's like the margins. Like we was right there these couple years. This year gonna be the battle because our cap number is stupid. Like we so far in this where we gotta pay the piper. Like this is Josh Allen first season, I think, where his money kicked in. Like now we're gonna see a different team. Like so it's like now it's gonna come down to like Josh Allen going to have to carry us like Aaron Rodgers did in the latter stages of his Green Bay career. You know what I mean? Then he have a lot of weapons. You gotta do what you gotta do, Josh. You got Steph. You won't still probably have Kincaid is a beast. You got Shakir. You got James Cook. All these dudes under contract. Our whole offensive line coming back. We come to win games on offense next season. So hopefully our offensive coordinator is going to either be Brady or somebody better. And we get back to 21-22.
Yeah, I just don't like it.
Or 20. Yeah.
I don't like excuses though. I feel like a lot of what I heard from what you said was kind of about if we would have had Trey White, if we would have had this person, if Von Miller would have been healthy, like if was a fifth, we all be drunk. Like I don't care about if we would have had these people because we was up with 13 seconds left. We were supposed to win that game. 2 of the times we lost to them, we were supposed to win. That one and this one. This game, coming into this game, you can't tell me that at least half the people, if not more, expected us to win this game going into that game. And then the way the game was playing, it didn't look like it was like no clear consensus that we about to lose. It's just that they know mentally we weak compared to them. That's what I don't like. I don't care who on the field. I don't care how bad Vaughn was playing. I don't care about Diggs dropping the pass. I don't care about none of the other shit that happened. We still had the ball. We was inside at least inside they 30, or 25 when he threw the pass to Shakir in the end zone, and when he threw it away the next play. In that situation, like, the game is yours for the taking. Now, if we do get a touchdown right there, which we would have needed to win the game, now you got to hope and pray that the defense would have stood up and just not let them boys get a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if we was going to even be able to do that, but that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you have to find a way to win. It can't just ain't no perfect storm with this shit. This is football. People get hurt. People play bad. Some people step up. Like, if it wasn't for Diggs slowing down, we wouldn't have seen Shakir stepping up. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to give the excuse part of it. I just want us to find a way to get it done. And I'm just saying, they haven't gave me no reason right now, realistically, to think like the whole season next year. Let's say the season start, we go 16-1. I'm still not going to be confident if we see them in the playoffs, it's going to be any difference. I'm not confident that we see anybody in the playoffs past the divisional or the wild card round that we going to get to the AFC Championship or win the AFC Championship. I'm speaking on getting to a Super Bowl. I worry about winning one when we fucking get there. We can't even get to the Super Bowl. We ain't even get into the game before the Super Bowl now. And all these wasted years, that's what I'm worrying about. Now, if I'm wrong, I hope I'm wrong in a way where it's like with John Elway. But even with John Elway, he wasn't winning Super Bowls, but he still was getting to some of them. You know what I'm saying? That's Peyton Manning. You know what I'm saying? He kind of started off slow like that too, though. He was one and done a lot. He wasn't even winning a wild card game. He was getting knocked out in the wild card one and done a few years. And I'm a diehard Peyton Manning fan, so I remember the teams they had. They were just like the Bills. They had everything set up to go to a Super Bowl. Wild card game, they losing to the Jets, or they losing to Pittsburgh, or they losing to somebody different every time. Remember, Andrew Luck beat them one year. Like, they find somebody to lose to, and that's what I'm starting to worry about us is these quarterback matchups. Last thing I'm gonna say about it, like Josh playoff wins, he should have had one against Mahomes, probably two. Definitely the 13 seconds wasn't his fault. It's only playoff loss he got. I'm not gonna put on him is the one with 13 seconds. You're not supposed to lose the game with 13 seconds left. But everything else, like you playing against Joe Burrow, you get clearly outplayed. Mahomes, we figured he was going to be more poised on the last drive if we tied it up or took the lead, that he probably was going to drive down and score again. So it's like, we can't, come on, man. Like, you got to be to beat your counterparts. Like, these dudes can't keep beating you every fucking time. It can't be that every time you losing to the Mahomes or the Burrows, maybe next to be Lamar Jackson or CJ Stroud or who the fuck know who we might lose to next. Something got to give. And that's why I say everything I'm saying is based off of who our coach is too. Because I don't think he got them he don't know what it takes to get there. I want somebody in the locker room who's been there before. So we know that we know what we're doing because that person that did it. He don't know what he's doing. He ain't never been there.
Right. Yeah, well, McDermott did go to the one bowl with the Panthers that they lost. He was a DC.
Yeah, I'm talking about somebody who was the head coach that took the team there. Like, that they was the reason, you know what I'm saying, that the team.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't see that. I know he got the job because of that, but I'm saying, like, Andy Reid, when he came to Kansas City, he was always in the NFC Championship game, and then he did get to a Super Bowl even though they lost to the Patriots. So he knew what it took to get it done. That's why them keep getting to the AFC Championship game ain't no surprise. What was he doing with Philly? He was always getting to the NFC Championship game, and then sometime he'd get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a hell of a point. I just really thought about all that because that do make me feel a little bit more worried because you're really dealing with, like, if we break through, we got to do something that's kind of never been done. A head coach who never really got to a bowl, and a quarterback who never got to a bowl. Like I'm talking about, like 6 years in, they always go to the playoffs. Like they already passed the point where you usually break through. Either the coach did already before that quarterback got there, or the quarterback did before that coach got there. Well, they both got there at the same time. And so, like, damn, that shit crazy. Cause I'm thinking about it, like all these other coaches, even if they lost in a bowl, they got to the bowl and lost. And these elite quarterbacks got to a bowl, win or lose. So, and Lamar's under this pressure now. Back, not to shift subjects. That's why I'm rooting for Lamar too. But he'll be under the same scrutiny kind of too. Maybe worse because with the MVPs and it never get to at least a bowl, that's gonna be bad for him. But not Harbaugh. His coach, he been there. He been there, I think, twice maybe. But damn, that's crazy. Yeah, I see your point, Kat. Like it do make it tough because like we're going against two precedents. A coach who hasn't did it yet with this type of team in that same quarterback not doing it. So shit. They got to break that pattern. Though. It's gonna be crazy if they do, though.
I just don't have the confidence no more because I'm starting to believe whatever the curse is for us is true. Whether it's the why right curse, whether it's the Music City Miracle curse, whatever it is like I know how tough it's gonna be for us to win a Super Bowl, but it's like, damn, I ain't think it was gonna be this tough for us to even get back to one. That's the part that got me fucked up now. Like, I don't know how we gonna get to the Super Bowl. I don't see it. I just don't see it right. I see us making the playoffs, and with this staff that we got, they believe in. It's too much. McDermott got so many breaks this year because of the injuries and the fact that the fake punt turned into the fumble in the end zone. He keep getting saved where his job could have been on the line. Like that's why I kept saying what I said before when we were 6-6. If we're gonna make the playoffs, I wish we'd have just lost so he could get fired. Because now we still lost, so it's the same hurt when you lose. You still pissed off that you lost. But now we stuck with this dude. So now you're gonna have a drama with Diggs in the offseason. Nobody know if he want to be here. We don't even know if he's starting to decline some. Because he dropped a few passes this season that I ain't used to him dropping those passes. So let's hope he ain't declining. I hope he not. But you got that to worry about. You got, is this coach mediocre or is this as far as he could get us? I give him credit for breaking the drought and getting us to the playoffs. Thank you. We appreciate that. That ain't enough, though. Same thing Smokey told his mom. This ain't enough.
This ain't enough.
This ain't enough, man. Like, we don't give a fuck about just getting to the playoffs. We was real sad that we was not making it to the playoffs. Who wouldn't be if they team? That's why Detroit's so excited right now. That ain't enough. Now that Detroit got this close, guess what they want to do next? Get to a Super Bowl. They want to get there right now this year. If they don't get there this year, it's gonna hurt. And they're gonna come into next season feeling like, well, this gotta be our year. Now imagine them saying that for 4 fucking years. That's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I seen Loud was in the comments said, Cat, what up? Shout out to Larry Loud too. I always be missing the comments and shit on here.
Let me jump in real quick on you, Cap, right there. That's because like that point right there you ended with, yeah, it's been too long. Like that was the perfect way without you even. I don't think you was even trying to make a comparison between the Lions and the Bills, but you did. They're not getting to the Super Bowl this year will be disappointing to their fan base, but they can't say it was a failed season. Now they like next year here we go. We were the Lions this year in 2020. we were the 2020 Lions of this year. This been 3 years since. We ain't even got back to that point. So that's hella disappointing. Like forget whatever the reason may be. It don't matter because you got that dude at quarterback. You got a number 1 wide receiver who was playing like it up until the latter half of the season, and you always had a top 10 defense.
Right.
So it's no excuse. Those are the recipes that always at least get to the AFC Championship game. So, but saying all of that, what I will say is where I don't lose hope. I'm gonna tell you right now, just the thing we ain't been thinking about. What was the 90s Bills always doing? First week of the playoffs, sitting at home watching them. You got to get the bye. I know it was 2 back then, and 2 until recently. But we got to get the number 1 seed.
No,
we got to figure out a way to win these games.
I got to say something against that part. Not always, because the one year when we had the playoff comeback history game, we was a wild card team, and not only was we a wild card team, our fucking quarterback was hurt, and we was down by 30-some points. Like, and then what people forget about that, even after we got through that was just a wild card game. After we got through that, guess what? Our quarterback was still out the next week, and we won that game. So, see what I'm saying? The mentality of the team that we had back then is totally different now. Like, we just didn't know how to lose until it came to the Super Bowl. Like, they will to win was so crazy. It ain't like that right now. But I was gonna ask you this: what do you think? Like, because you said back to 2020 we was the Lions, but think about this though: we made it to the AFC Championship game when nobody expected us to, and there was no pressure on us. Ever since the pressure been there, we haven't even got to the AFC Championship game. That's what I'm concerned with. That 3 years in a row, soon as it's pressure, we find a different way to lose instead of finding a way to win. That's what I'm concerned with. Do you think that is something where, like, when nobody was focused on us, here we are, we in this AFC Championship game, but we in over our heads. We driving down the field, keep kicking field goals, we lose the game. It don't look like we ever was going to win that game. But then once after that, everybody started picking us to go to the Super Bowl. And then once that happened, divisional loss. That's concerning to me. That now that it's pressure there, we can't even we're not even getting closer. We further back.
Right. No, that's a fact though. It kind of showed it even in the game we watched, even though I ain't noticed that at the time I was watching. I'm not gonna lie, but when I started watching the shows, I guess even like they were saying, like the way Joe Brady even kind of coached Josh Allen in that game was kind of the play kind of a little scared. I didn't see it that way in real time. I was just like, damn, he making smart decisions. I still kind of stand on that. But overall, I do kind of see what he's saying. Like, they probably did talk to Josh, like, don't get a game away. You know, our defense is depleted. All this stuff, that's true. But you know what also is true? We need our best player on the field to beat that other team that always beat us. Don't say don't say nothing to Josh. Let him go out there and do what the hell he need to do. If he throw 4 picks and we lose it, fuck it, we're gonna be mad. But we know our best player played the way he know how to play. And I'm not sitting here like backtracking playing morning quarterback, Cat. I was just bringing that up because I that was an observation that I took afterwards. I did think about that. I was like, damn, he had the least amount of pass air yards traveled, I think, out of any game in his career, or like it was like one of the 2 lowest or 3 lowest or something. And it is true because when you watch it, like, he ain't really taking no deep shots except like towards the end, which were great passes. What if he played like that all game? Like, what if y'all didn't say whatever y'all said to him, like, just play it? Because I think Josh was playing smart. But then when I think about it, he didn't do what he did against Pittsburgh. It was like they told him something a week later that they didn't tell him against Pittsburgh. Let Josh be the MVP. We know what he could do when he just like check it down, but fuck checking it down. We playing the Chiefs. So I think some of that was holding us back.
Yeah,
and that's what you was talking about. The mentality.
Yeah, but I don't see it that way because he went for the kill shot in the end zone when we got down there when it was 27-24. He threw a 65-yard pass to Diggs that was on the money. He threw like a 30-40 yarder to Sheffield. They said Sheffield dropped another one. I forget the one he dropped in the first half. I don't even remember that play. So Sheffield dropped 2 passes that would have probably been 20 yards or more. Diggs dropped a 65-yarder that would have been a big play for us. So you add those plays, if he get 2 of those 3, he got damn near 300 passing yards, and he got those. So I think he just took it. That was smart to do that. Like, take your shots when you see them versus just, I'm gonna just throw it in double coverage just because I want to just move the ball down the field. Like, no, a methodical, strategic drive against a team like that was smart to do. I love the game plan on that last drive to have Mahomes on the sidelines looking stupid and he don't get the chance to get on the field. That would have been redemption for what they did to us in overtime 2 years ago. So I like that plan because the game was it was neck and neck. It wasn't like They was blowing us out. We was blowing them out. We scored, they scored. We scored, they scored. Like, it was going back and forth like a heavyweight fight. But they don't respect us because they know we don't never come out victorious when it's the playoffs. So that's my whole thing about it. Just that we don't do nothing when it matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, you know, we ain't gonna be on here too much longer, so we can talk about the next games coming up and all that, and wrap it up from there though. But I don't see it that way, bro. I don't see it as they coached them. I just think it's 2020 hindsight, man.
I don't know. I mean, I didn't see that way either. We talked about the game because we was watching it, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I like how he played though, so I'm gonna stick with what my eyes saw.
That's how Brady beat
But
you.
you know what I mean? Yeah,
That's the same thing. Brady
yeah.
will dink and dunk you,
That's,
and then once
yeah,
you
that's by 1,000 cuts.
keep coming up closer. Right when I need to, I'm gonna make this 25-yard pass over the defense. Like, that's why the Diggs pass was there on the money, because he was playing like that. But we wasn't capitalizing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you gotta remember, those is what we think about in the Super Bowl with Eli Manning. What was it? The crazy David Tyree catch, or the other dude in the other Super Bowl that they had. Like, it's certain plays that people got to make a name for themselves when it's the playoffs. And Diggs already got a name. Diggs' hands is good. So I don't know what the fuck was going on, but you got to make that play, man. Like, I can't give you. And then you or Von Miller don't talk to the media after the game. So everybody, it's all on Josh. Everybody, when he fuck up, okay, he the quarterback. He got to get the blame if we lose. But damn, don't have that man be the only one go talk to the media. Von Miller, you owe us money. Von Miller really owe us some money, man. Like, he got to get that money back so we can get some other players, because we got him to be a Mahomes stopper, to make a big third down stop. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't get that. So I don't want to hear that coming off the injury, because they started naming players that came off. I was watching Nightcap, which stole the name of a project I was working on. But the Nightcap with Ocho and Unk, they was talking about all the different players that came back from ACLs and all these different crazy injuries, some of them in the same season. This dude got 5 tackles in 14 games and no sacks. You owe some money, man. You got to get. If anybody if he act like, I can't get no bread back, that's the dirtiest shit ever. Like, he just fucking came to Buffalo and robbed us. Von Miller fucking robbed us, man. He played good.
Rob Peter to pay back.
Yeah, he played good for the first 10 games he was with us. He ain't did shit since then. He wasn't around for the playoffs last year, which probably wouldn't have made a difference anyway, the way the game went. But maybe because he could have fucked Burrow up a little bit. But he ain't like, we overpaid the hell out of him, and we ain't get nothing on that. At least with Diggs, we got some good seasons out of him. If he is starting to decline now, I can't say he did put the team on his back along with Allen a lot of those games. Now, he had a bad season in the second half of this year. We don't know what next year. He only getting older, not younger. But yeah, Von Miller and Deion Dawkins probably who I'm the most upset with. And after that, it's probably Pagula and Brandon Bean and them, because y'all act like we got to keep this dude when Jim Harbaugh was out there.
Right. Yeah, loyalty to a fault. Sometimes it keep you in a bad spots. You know what I mean? Like, the players like him though. I think that's the same reason Philly keeping their coach too, though, because the players is vouching for him publicly. So sometimes, like, that's to the players' detriment too. Like, they don't even know, like, really what they like. They might like his character and all that stuff, but the X's and O's and all the other stuff, the game management shit, like, y'all don't even know, like, what could be unlocked as far as y'all real potential. But
this football, not basketball. Football, it'd be fuck with the players. Like, it's what's best for the team. You could do that shit in basketball. Like, Giannis just got a coach fired when they was 30 and 13. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could do shit like that. And speaking of basketball, Luka fucking just, we talking about the other good players overseas. Luka just dropped 73 tonight. So, and B dropped 70. He like, I'm gonna top you before the All-Star break.
Right.
And I wanted to troll Johnny a little bit because I see Dame Time got the starting spot on the East over Brunson.
Brunson.
Yeah, and I fuck with Dame, so I'm not trying to hear nothing about why he should have had it over him. Dame still been putting up his numbers. They got the number 2 seed in the East. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't really much you can say about that.
No, ain't no argument.
It could have went either way. If Brunson would have got it, I could have understood. But I'm not gonna act like Dame he ain't deserving of it. They ain't give it to him like they gave it to people before, where they ain't do shit. But the fans like you. Like, it wasn't one of those picks. Like, the fans do like him, but he liked that though.
Yeah, Dame definitely you can't knock that. But Brunson that boy too though. Like that's gonna be a good squad. I saw the starting lineup. I don't think they picked the reserves yet. So should be a good game though. Now they back to the old format too. I like that.
Yeah.
East versus West.
Yeah, I like that better too now. We got enough of them picking their own teams and somebody sitting last to get picked and feeling crazy. Like, I like it.
Right.
I like this, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was, you know what I'm saying? I think on that note, we could just say, who you got on Sunday winning, man, between Ravens and Chiefs and Lions and 49ers.
Yeah, well, my head telling me Ravens versus the Niners, but my heart is like Ravens versus the Lions. Like that's the matchup I really want to see. That'll be the most beautiful matchup. Like you can't go wrong. Like unless you're a fan base of one of them teams, either way that you win. Like you know what I mean. Like you gotta love Lamar. Like that's a good dude. Like you know what I mean. Like he from the mud. Like you can just tell. Like it's so hard. Like no, I don't think nobody in the NFL don't like Lamar. And then the Lions. Who the fuck? If you got a heart, unless you the Grinch who stole Christmas, how could you not root for the Lions? So that'd be the perfect Super Bowl. So my head's telling me Ravens San Fran, but I want to see Ravens Lions. I think that could happen too. I think it's gonna be a good game, close game. So I'm hoping my heart went out on the NFC. I'm pretty sure I'll put money on the Ravens winning. I think the Ravens they gonna take care of the Chiefs. I think they're gonna beat them by more than 10 points.
I'm gonna say this. I'm going off the topic real quick, but I'm requesting for the NFL to allow this trade to happen. I want them to trade the Buffalo Bills for the Dallas Cowboys, come to the AFC and let us be over there, and that way we could be in the NFC Championship game every year. Because I don't see we got no wins in the AFC no more, man. I hope I'm wrong. Like, it's times, how people, you want to be right all the nah. I hope I'm wrong with all of my analysis on the Bills right now. I pray I'm wrong about this shit, but I don't feel good about nothing going forward as far as us making it over the hump. Now, as far as the games, I want the Ravens to win. I don't know if they're going to win. I think they should win. You know what I'm saying? So if I have to pick, if I was betting money, I'd probably still bet on the Ravens. Wouldn't be shocked to see Mahomes find a way to beat them in a stupid, nasty, I still don't know what to expect from Lamar on this stage. So, but the Ravens definitely got the better team. And that's why I wanted to see how we looked against them. But, we got to wait till next season. And then the Lions, I want to see the Lions and the Ravens too. You know what I'm saying? So I guess I'll pick them. But I'm probably picking with my heart more than with my mind. I really don't know if they're going to be the ones to. They both good. It could be 49ers and the Chiefs, man. It's 4 good teams left. You know what I'm saying? 4 good teams left. It's some dogs left. So let's just see what happens. But I'm going to pick the Ravens. If I got to pick Ravens against, fuck it, Ravens and the Lions, man. Barry Sanders going to be there. Do it for Barry, man.
Do it for Barry.
Yep.
And Calvin.
Right. Yeah. Yep. So on that note, this is a unorthodox episode. It's not on a Saturday. It's on a Friday. We will be back next week Saturday, so probably not tomorrow, but next week Saturday we'll be back, probably normal time and all that good shit. Get ready for who going to the Super Bowl and all of that type of talk.
Yep.
Salute to the bro Johnny Armani too. Salute to my brother, the General, man. Yeah, I know what it is. Stream generally capitalized still. What else? I don't know.
Definitely.
I don't got a whole lot to say right now. I'm lost from words. I'm still sad about the Bills right now. So
Yeah. No, me too though. But,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I said, I just got in my depression state, but yeah, man, like you know what I mean? Like just like still it's football going on. We all football fans, like we're gonna root for the teams we already said we want to win. I definitely don't want to see Mahomes in the Super Bowl. I don't. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I'm rooting against him if he get there. You know, that's pretty much what it is though. But you know, yeah, shout out to Armani though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he held her down for you, baby. You'll be back next week. Shout out to your tour. Do your thing. You know what I mean? 716 Man Podcast, man.
Yeah.
Check us out.
Stream that Benny album too. Everybody can't go.
Thanks.
Yep. So we out.